Okay, let's begin. Okay, remember what you talked about in your groups. You're going to need this for our class. Okay, to begin, let's talk about persuasion, the actual definition of persuasion. So we've been talking about this persuasion here, but we haven't actually defined it. And for your convenience, I have that part of our chapter right here. It's the first sentence you see. I have it highlighted, I have it marked. Could somebody please read to me the definition of persuasion? Go for it.
Persuasive speaking seeks in it. Persuasive speaking seeks to influence the beliefs, attitudes, values, or behaviors of audience members.
Okay, here we go. All right, there are better ways to persuade individuals. The ethics of it needs to be considered. So we've already talked about fallacies. We're talking about the unethical ways that people use to persuade. And we could actually agree with a person's stance, but they may be doing it in a manipulative fashion that isn't very helpful to the cause. Unfortunately, this is prevalent in our culture. So we have to be careful that as critical thinkers, as ethical individuals, that we're doing the right thing when we're persuading others. So now that we have the definition of persuasion right here up on the board, let's break this down a little bit more so we understand it deeper. Okay, first thing, I'm going to move this around a little bit, and I'm going to first address attitudes. Okay, that's potentially something that we can be looking to influence. So we should know what an attitude is. What is an attitude?
Behavior towards customers.
That's a very good definition.
That's a good start. Do you want to say it just a little bit louder?
I said behavior towards a stimulus.
Behavior towards a
That's
stimulus.
really good. Your demeanor.
Demeanor. Somebody said demeanor.
Cadence.
No, okay.
What did you say?
Cadence.
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 All you can think is strong.
Okay. It could be,
What?
it doesn't necessarily,
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Sorry, what?
let's look at this in a way that can be relevant to all of us here. So let's just go back a bit. Who has an attitude?
We all do.
Okay, what do we have attitude about?
Everything.
This class.
Like,
This class, yes.
Oh, yeah.
like, what, when you get mad when you're driving. That's
Okay,
an attitude.
Road
rage.
Yeah.
okay, driving. Stupid drivers, we get mad at stupid drivers.
I have an attitude.
I just get mad at drivers.
Traffic.
All right, so we get mad at people. What else do we get mad at?
Stuff, someone.
Inconvenience such as like.
Inconveniences, things like,
When objects don't work.
when things don't work.
My jacket, it gets caught on the door.
Okay,
Hobbies.
I get mad at the weather.
And
I
We
hate
get
cold.
mad at our hobbies.
we can be mad at hobbies. Okay, so attitudes are likes and dislikes. That's how we define an attitude. Okay, they can be something, and when I say simple, I'm saying simple because as we go down the line and we start going through these other foundations of persuasion, you're going to see that this really does feel a lot simpler than the other things. But if we're looking at attitudes, it can be something like a food, which can change. Okay, how many of you used to hate a certain food and now you love it? What was it?
Cinnamon rolls.
Oh, those are
Which
good.
way did you go on it?
Are you not
I
from the
went
Midwest?
from hating them entirely to I adore them.
Okay,
Are you not from the Midwest?
that's the right.
Honest question.
What an attitude.
I mean, I was born here, mostly raised in Montana, if that makes you feel better.
Oh, that's classic, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you don't like
That
them.
northern, you have the northern accent. So here we have, okay, cinnamon rolls. Fortunately, she went the right way. That I did. She now likes cinnamon rolls. What other things? So, yes.
Chocolate,
You said-
yeah.
My aunt used to.
Traitor.
I went from like not enjoying chocolate to then just loving chocolate. The only thing I won't eat that's chocolate is chocolate ice cream. I hate that. I don't know
What?
why.
Chocolate ice cream?
That's okay,
You
buddy,
like
that's
dark
okay.
chocolate?
I'm with you
Dark
on,
chocolate
No.
I'm with you on the ice
That
cream
tastes like
one. It's a little too rich for me.
nasty.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we could see that attitudes can change. Attitudes can change with bigger things. So as we move down, you're at the grocery store and you're buying products. Does anybody have any products that you are brand loyal to? You'll only buy this kind. What is it?
Ugly stick fishing rods.
Okay,
Best in my opinion.
okay, very good. So you have a light to them. You raised your hand as well. I know you did. Yes.
For like deli meats, I'll only buy Dietz and Watson.
Very good. Okay, so this is something that marketers, businesses really like when we like their products. And they'll work hard to make sure that we keep on spending our money on them with these likes, or maybe the dislikes. Make sure that we continue on disliking other products. We move up to bigger ticket items, and this is where you see people that are like brand loyal to a specific automobile. How many of you know somebody, or you are that person, that you only buy, what is it?
My boss at the daycare, she has driven Chevy Impalas since 2000.
Okay, so Chevy, so those are, and Chevy appreciates her for that, and will probably market things in a way for liking.
Like that Subaru ad where they're like, oh, you've had us forever and now your children have your car.
Very good.
Yeah, there's one of those.
Okay, so, but what about the other way? How many of you have maybe been brand loyal or known somebody that was brand loyal and then bought a lemon?
And then what?
Bought a lemon,
Like a bad
It means like a
car.
bad car.
and that changed their view. Or there was some kind of experience that changed your view on anything. Yeah.
My friend, he bought like or his dad bought like a diesel Chevy or something like that, and that thing broke down a lot for him.
Oh, so
And
Chevy.
So yeah, he hates Chevys now. He's
Okay.
a full driver.
Okay, that's a good example because it's the same one, it's the same automobile. So think about your topics right now. Are there any attitudes? By the way, attitudes can also be with people. So you may have a really bad first impression of somebody that changes later, or a good first impression that changes later. Have some friendly banter over here. And I want you to know that, as even though this is on the low end of the totem scale, when we're talking about persuasion, no, you're making fun of me.
We would never do that.
I'm sorry.
That it's very important to know that we base a lot of really important things on these attitudes. So if we're looking at, for example, voting, we don't really know these people. These are just our attitudes. Do we like them or not like them? Right at that moment.
I think even the people I vote for, I still hate them.
And it may be an attitude towards politicians.
Lesser-
So
lesser
we're
Agreed.
looking at. So go ahead with each other. What kind of attitudes do you think are going to come out with your topics?
Well, I was thinking
Well, I know for
mental
sure,
health things are very
few people scream about that. It's like football in general.
Yes.
Call it out.
Oh, for that one.
Solid.